Hey, I'd like to call today's committee meeting to order. And I would like to extend a happy Juneteenth to everyone and a happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers.
Thank you.
On our board, as well as all the fathers who are out there listening today. And with that, we will begin with our roll call. Ms. Parker.
Terry Gordon.
I am present.
Dr. Sheila Williams.
Present.
George Archuleta.
Here.
Virginia Houston.
Present.
Pam Perez.
Here.
Rodney Walsh.
Here.
Daniel Spence.
Here.
And I would like to call on Board Member Ms. Houston to read the ethics awareness statement for us, please.
Welcome to the June 20th, 2022 meeting of the Elizabeth City Pasquotank Board of Education. It is my duty to remind all members of the board that it is your responsibility to avoid all conflicts of interest and potential conflicts of interest in accordance with Chapter 138A of North Carolina General Statutes. As public servants, it is our duty to continually monitor, evaluate, and manage our personal, financial, and professional affairs in such a way as to ensure the absence of conflicts or potential conflicts. Does any member know of any conflict of interest or potential conflict of interest with respect to any matter coming before the board this evening? Let the record reflect that no conflicts exist.
Thank you, Ms. Houston. I'd like to move to approve the agenda for June 20th, 2022 as presented. I need a second from the floor. Okay, I have a second from Mr. Walton. All in favor? Roll call, please.
Dr. Sheila Williams.
Yes.
George Archuleta.
Yes.
Virginia Houston.
Yes.
Pam Perez.
Yes.
Rodney Walton.
Yes.
And Daniel Spence.
Yes.
Okay, and now we'll begin with our Financial Business and Technology Committee. First with the monthly maintenance report, and this is for information only. Ms. Wilkins.
Good evening.
Good
Before
evening.
you should have your maintenance monthly report. Does anyone have any questions concerning that?
Are there any questions from the floor, anybody, about this? Ms. Wilkins, do you have anything you'd like to share at this time?
The only other thing is we also have a surplus list for Northeastern, EC Middle, and Northside that have before you. We
Right.
have declared.
And you're asking that to be placed on the consent agenda, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions about those items? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much, Ms. Wilkins. And now Ms. Haynes will give us information on the rental report.
Chair Warden, Vice Chair Williams, and board members, good evening. On the finance agenda this evening, we only have two items. The first item, FBT 0 report, and it's only. Are there any questions? The next item in your packet is FBT 04 and is a quote for 30 bus camera systems to bring all the buses that are currently on the road up to date to be the same as the most recent camera systems that were installed. In your packet is a copy of the letter from DPI approving the competition. Are there any questions about this quote?
The other question I'd have, does that cover all the buses?
All the buses on the road.
Okay.
And this is being covered with ESSER funds, correct? Okay. Any questions about this? Okay.
There are no questions. The Chair Warden, we are requesting that.
May I have a motion to place both FBT 02 and FBT 04 on the consent agenda for the June board meeting? So moved. Okay, second? All right. Thank you, Ms. Haynes. Okay, and now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Perez, who is the chair of the Personalized Education Committee. there anything, just hold it. Ms. Haynes, did you have anything? Okay.
Do you have to vote on, I mean, even though it was mentioned, then it was.
Oh, okay.
Roll call.
You do. All right. We need a roll call vote.
It's been a while.
Why did you
It's been
say
a-
something?
It's been a while.
Hey, it's okay. We'll deal with it.
Dr. Sheila Williams,
Yes.
George Archuleta,
Yes.
Jenny Houston,
Yes.
Pam Pressley,
Yes.
Rodney Walker.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now, we'll move along. We've done that, and we're going to go to Ms. Pereza, the Chair of the Personalized Education Committee.
Okay, we have the 2022-23 Alternative Schools Modified Accountability System options.
And that's Ms. Griffin.
Good evening.
Good
Chair,
evening, Ms. Griffin.
Chair Ward and Vice Chair Dr. Williams, distinguished board members, and Interim Superintendent Dr. Ingram. I come before you this evening to present information in regards to the NCDPI Alternative Schools Modified Accountability System for the 2022-23 school year. The Alternative Schools Modified Accountability System was developed to provide additional accountability information on eligible schools to supplement the school performance grades as defined by General Statute 115C 83.15. The Alternative Schools Modified Accountability System is not a substitute for ESSA or Every Student Succeeds Act requirements. North Carolina State Board of Education Policy Act 038 establishes the eligibility criteria for participation and options available for the use of eligible schools. Schools identified by this system continue to be a part of the accountability reporting and are required to include an assessment participation reporting. According to the North Carolina ESSA state plan, all schools receive a school performance grade for identification, comprehensive support, and improvement, which are CSI schools, and targeted support and improvement, which are TSI schools. For schools participating in the Alternative Schools Modified Accountability System under option B or option C, this school performance grade will be reported as required under ESSA for these eligible schools, but will not be included in the school report card or school performance grade reported. For this upcoming school year, we are requesting that H.L. Tree Community School returns all of their students' data to their base schools within our LEA. H.L. Tree Community School will be given a letter grade of the school where the highest percentage of their students are sent back. Since H.L. Tree participates in the modified system, ECPPS must submit this request annually. For the 2022-23 school year and previous years, ECPPS has selected this option for the H.L. Tree Community School. Being that the end goal for our H.L. Tree students is to successfully transition back to their home schools, the Testing and Accountability Department is requesting that you select option B for the 2022-23 Alternative School Modified Accountability System. So with that being said, option B will allow those schools to go back to their home schools. And we do have, this year we had about 20 students throughout the school year to participate. And for this year, we only had 3 students that participated in the EOCGs, 1 to participate in EOC and 1 to participate in ACT. And the one that participated in ACT actually returned to her home school and was able to graduate this last month. So we would definitely are requesting that you all select option B, where those students' scores will be returned to their homes. So we'd like this option to be placed on.
Okay.
Are there any questions?
Did you say the TRIG will get the score of the school that has the majority of the students who are tested?
Yes, ma'am.
So what would happen? What's going to be the scenario this year?
Well, this year, the scenario is the majority of those students came from River Road Middle School. So that HO Tree will get their score, whatever their grade level is, their report card grade, they will get that.
Okay.
Are there any other questions?
And the only scores that are counting are those EOGs and EOCs and ACT that you talked about?
Yes, ma'am. Any state mandated or required tests.
Thank you.
Maybe, you know, under B, it has a 4-year graduation rate and a 5-year graduation.
Yes,
Is that because of a fail, maybe?
it's just the way that if they count the grade 9 coming in, and you know, we have some students who do the 5-year graduation, and then we have some that, majority of them go out in the 5-year graduation rate. So we look at the 4-year graduation rate as like our main, I want to say, our main data. So, but we do have some 5 years, we have to count in all of your like exceptional children as well, and all types of other pathways that they do.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Are there any other questions?
Ms. Griffin, is this the second year we're doing this?
Actually, this is not the second year, it's been going on
We've-
for majority.
We've been doing it for several years.
They are usually, because Angel Tree doesn't really get a grade like, for example, other schools might get like a C or B or something like
Right.
that. So they don't get an actual grade because their numbers are so low too. So like I said, this year they only had 20 students enrolled throughout the entire school year. However, by the end of the semester, this particular year, maybe I had like 13 on the roster because some of them returned there. Well, thanks.
And so we need a motion from the floor to place this on the consent agenda.
I move that we place this on the consent agenda, the report coming from the testing coordinator.
Okay, and we need a roll call vote. I remember that time. Old dogs do learn from.
Dr. Sheila Williams,
Yes.
George Archuleta,
Yes.
Jenny Houston,
Yes.
Sam Presa,
Yes.
Rodney Walton.
Yes.
Daniel.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to move on to the policy committee and Ms. Houston.
This is,
And here I just realized. Please be and I'll say this is the last month. The statute requires voting when it's optional or proper vote, actually want to vote.
Okay,
Next meeting, that vote could take place tonight.
okay.
okay, so should I go ahead with it? Or do we need to?
Well, we don't need to vote to put it on the consent agenda, but we can vote to make it optional. Am I reading you right? Optional for the coming school year?
Next month. Statute provides for this vote to occur once a month.
Right.
I'll say come out with another in there. I'll see yet.
Okay. So we can vote tonight to just make it optional.
Oh, I have a question. Aren't the masks already optional? What are we making optional?
Withstand.
Yeah, but we're required to do it every month.
It says visit it every month.
Yeah.
The mandate says
We have
that
to
the boards have to vote every month.
I got
Yeah.
that. So what are we making, what are we voting? What's the actual vote?
We're going to vote to make the mask optional or not.
Yeah,
Keep it the
continue.
same.
Just keep it the same.
Mhm. At least through summer school.
No, I got it. I was just trying to clarify the
Yeah.
vote, because if masks are already optional, we're voting to make masks optional. That's the same thing we already do.
Yeah, but
So what
do we
we're
do?
required to do it every month.
So our vote should our motion be to discontinue?
Well, I was gonna read it the way it's here, but, because
Okay.
the extended school year, I mean, the school year actually ends in whenever summer school is over, right?
Right,
Okay,
whenever
so
that is. I don't know. When is the date for it?
I don't know that.
Some going next month, camps and things,
Okay,
but this legislation, Johnny, if I'm not mistaken, ends June 30.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay,
barring any other.
they've had trouble with his.
it says,
Barring change in legislation, state level, required to vote on it
Every month.
every month on this particular aspect. And then the state, I'm assuming, would come out with something for the coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that clarity, but, okay.
Yeah, we're just voting on it. We're required to each month, even though it's going to be the same as it's always been. You still have to take the vote every month. It's required by statute.
Yes, it
I
is.
got
I
that part.
read the whole thing.
No, no,
But
I
I
got
was-
that part, but what is he saying? What are you saying now?
And I'm
What are we
asking, it
changing?
doesn't say June 30th in here, or does it? It just says until the end of the 2022 school year.
Yeah.
So,
Is that how we?
so does
want
that
our motion
include
to
summer
be?
school? That's what I'm asking. Or does it?
Be as simple as I'd like to make a motion to keep, mask optional under PCO.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, so I can just make a motion.
yeah.
I move that we keep the mask option under PCO 1 through the remainder of the school year.
And we. No. No, she didn't make another motion.
What? I
We need
did
a
make a
second.
motion.
Yeah. Okay. And we need a roll call vote. Yeah.
Dr. Sheila Williams,
Yes.
Yes.
Virginia Houston,
Yes.
Pam Fletcher,
Yes.
Rodney Walton.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. That's all that I had.
Okay, thank you. All right, and now I'm going to ask for Dr. Williams to take us into closed session.
A motion for the board to go into closed session as allowed by NC General Statute 143 through 318, 11A6 for the purpose of considering one or more personnel matters that are confidential under NC General Statute 115C through 320 and as allowed by NC General Statute 143 through 318, 11A3 to consult with the board attorney regarding matters protected by the attorney-client privilege and to preserve that privilege.
Thank you.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Dr. Sheila Williams,
Yes.
George Archuleta,
Yes.
Virginia Houston,
Yes.
Pam Pereza,
Yes.
Rodney Walton.
Yes.
Yes.
So at this time, we'll go into closed session.
Thank you.